Good afternoon. Hey, when I say embrace your inner child and love your inner child, what goes through your mind? Do you immediately shut off? Well, it occurred to me that this might be a nice topic to talk about today because it's something that I've been playing around with this weekend, and that is revisiting my inner child. I'm Valerie Ling, clinical psychologist, director, founder for the Center for Effective Living. So over the weekend, I was talking to a friend, and they had said to me that they had purchased something as a gift to a younger version of themselves, let's say to their 10-year-old self, right? And as I was listening to this person talking, I was actually really engaged by it because probably unbeknownst to this person, I do spend quite a lot of time thinking about how we can actually reach into our inner child and actually really soothe some of those needs or celebrate a time period in our life by actually revisiting some of the activities that we do when we were a child. And I actually reached out and gave this person a high five because I just felt like, oh yes, you're totally speaking my language. I want to talk to you about this because it's something that I've found that in therapy has been quite a helpful and quite a powerful thing to actually acknowledge that at one point in time we were children, and we can forget that. We can forget that sometimes the memories that we've actually encoded as children, the experiences that we've had as children, remain trapped in that time space where we might feel small, we might feel little or insignificant. On the positive side, and I've done some vlogs previously talking about the times when we were young, when we were a child, and we were full of wonderment, full of big, exciting, exuberant emotions and where we weren't afraid of taking risk or we weren't afraid of making mistakes, and it's wonderful to be able to tap into that as well. So looking back, engage in activities that bring us back to when we were children can be quite an interesting experience. For example, when was the last time you picked up a book that you read when you were a kid, but you absolutely loved it? Were you much of a reader when you were a kid? Do you remember just being locked up, reading hours after hours? Well, for me, I was particularly interested in reading everything Nancy Drew, and then not too long after that, everything Agatha Christie. And being able to pick up those books again and read it, it just brings me back to a time when I can actually affirm and acknowledge that as a child I was curious, I was inquisitive, I'd like to problem solve. I'd like to be able to actually figure out the ending before I knew. And it reminds me of who I am really inherently. Those things don't disappear, you know. Sometimes we might hide it, or we get criticism or we get feedback, and we start to then hide those things. Hey, what about an activity that you used to do as a kid that you no longer do because you got all adult and crusty on the outside because it's not cool anymore? I like to walk in the rain and jump in puddles occasionally. And when I do that, it just brings back a sense of playfulness, a sense, slight tinge of rebellion as well, because I wasn't allowed really to get wet, and you know, it wasn't really a cool thing to do that in uniform either. But I really do that. I regularly run into sprinklers. Do you do that when I go for my exercise? In fact, this evening as I was driving around doing my stuff, I actually saw a couple of sprinklers on my run route, and I thought, tonight, people, tonight, I'm actually going to be running through those sprinklers. It's tingly, it's cool, it's fun, it's spontaneous. What about maybe the activity or the toy that you might have picked up before? Okay, this sounds a little bit out there. Maybe you liked Lego. Maybe you like to do models, make those model stuff. Maybe you did puzzles. Maybe that was you. When was the last time you did that? Maybe you did that as a kid. When was the last time that you did that? I wonder what would happen if you picked up something like that again. What kind of warm memories might filter through? Now, I'm focusing mainly on warm memories, returning to times in our child, reconnecting with our inner child, And one of the wonderful things about doing that is just to be able to bring perspective. Not all of us have had childhoods that have been happy, that have been safe and secure. There have been moments as a child where you might have experienced that, and it's a lovely way to recover those moments and recover some of that, those thoughts and feelings and experiences as a child, and make them your own, and more especially integrate them back into who you are today. Reconnecting with the parts of yourself that you might have forgotten, you might have split off, you might not have actually thought were very important or special. Focusing on that word special. What is it? What were the special moments in your life as you were growing up as a child? Well, it's not too late. You can relive them. You really can. So I'll leave you with those thoughts. Tomorrow, join me as I will be scheduling the vlog to pop up at, I think my time's like 1 p.m. I'm in Sydney, so 1 p.m. tomorrow, and it's actually going to be a series that I'm connected with some other health professionals all across Australia in a happiness flash mob. So I'll put the hashtags for tomorrow's videos, and if you actually click on those hashtags, that'll link you to all the other vlogs that are going to be celebrating the International Day of Happiness. Catch you later.